Yes, folks, it's 1 p.m. Eastern, Thursday. Sorry, frog in my throat. 1 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, February 6, 2025, and it's time for Avoiding the Networking Blues with Lynn Lionhood. Lynn Lionhood, the lioness of networking, the hostess with the mostest, the woman that will teach you how to network safely, enjoyably, and profitably. Now, folks, as a reminder, we are taking live dial-in callers today at 1-724-9-KPHred. That's 1-724-9-KFred. And now it's time for the lioness of networking, Lynn Lionhood. Take it away, Lynn.
Thank you, Fred. Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome Alyssa. It's her first time. Michael Vukalik, you have a very unusual name. Do you know Connie Vukalik?
I do.
How do you know Connie Vukalik?
Connie Vukalik was married to my brother.
That's how. Because when I saw Michael Vukalik, sometimes I get people who get on here and they're using somebody else's Zoom, and I thought, wonder if it's going to be Connie or if it's going to be Michael. So welcome, Michael. We're glad to have you with us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So, Ken, is it actually Ken, or are you using somebody's Zoom?
It's actually Ken. Yeah.
Oh. Wonderful. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you with us today. It's her first time as well. Emily, you look beautiful today, and welcome. We're glad to have you with us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Great. It's her first time as well. Jeff, how are you? Uh-oh. He just doesn't want to.
Awesome as always, Lynn.
Great. Kenny Perry. Why does that name seem so familiar to me? Do I know you, Kenny Perry?
I think I might have passed through a few years ago, but I'm back.
Well, that's good. We're happy to have you with us. It's your first time with us in this new way we're doing our thing on the radio. So that's wonderful.
Awesome.
And I see Elizabeth is with us. Elizabeth, welcome. Elizabeth Deanna, welcome. And Balin, it's your first time with us as well. Balin, are you there? There she is.
Yes, I am. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Deanna is there. Good. And I see Manuel. Hi, Manuel. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Excellent. Glad to have you with us. I'll welcome a couple more people, and then I'm going to get all of you started. Lisa Kirkwood, it is your first time with us as well. Happy to have you with us.
Thanks.
So we have a lot of newbies on here today. We still have quite a few people to join us, so it's going to be a full crowd today. But I want the newbies to all know a couple of things before we get started. We use our chat a lot. You're not going to be able to download the chat, so don't let that get you crazy. I'm going to tell you why. In the chat, I would like you to put at least your name, your email address, and your phone number. That's minimum. After that, give me a whole book. I don't care. Tell me where your website is. Tell me what you do. If you have an offer, you can put your offer in there. Anything that you would like. Because when the day is over, I will take the chat. I'll get rid of all the chit chat that's in there. I'll make it beautiful and pretty for you so you can scan it, see all the names highlighted, and see all the information from everyone. You know, this is more than just a networking group where you guys get to come in and say, hi, I'm Lynn Lionhood. This is what I do. And then that's it. I don't want it to be that way, guys. And it never has been. I've been doing this for years and years and years. I want to make sure that you guys understand this is about giving you an opportunity to build relationships with people. You know, in all the years that I've been in business, the people who come in and say, let me sell my tchotchke to you and I'm out of here, nobody wants to share contacts with those people. You don't know whether they're good or they're not good. But the people who make a relationship with someone, even if I made a relationship with Ken today and said, look, I'm not ever going to buy the product that she's got. I don't have a need for it. She doesn't have a need for mine. I don't know that Ken doesn't know my next best client. It could be her friend, her sister, her neighbor. But if I don't get the opportunity to get to know her, then I'll never know that. So I said, guys, please make sure you take the time to get to know everybody. I have asked for years that everybody on here, when you get that list, contact every person on that list. It will become overwhelming because there will always be so many people all at once that you're getting hit with. But the easiest thing to do, Dawn telling Houston, wave to him, Dawn. She does it absolutely perfect. I have told you guys a million times. She listens. She picks one day a week, Tuesday morning, and she'll say, every person on here that wants to meet with her, she invites you all to meet with her on Tuesday morning. So maybe there's going to be 3 people. Maybe there will be 5 or 6. But it's a really good use of your time. It doesn't keep your week full of an hour here, an hour there, an hour there. You get it all done at one time, guys. And then you'll slowly be able to work through it. Because there are so many newbies, I'm going to go over something that I haven't done in a while. But I'm going to teach you guys very quickly a great filing system. And you're going to need a filing system to be able to sort through all these people. So today, what do we have on here today so far? We've got 20 people. Trust me, there's a lot on my list that still aren't here. But let's say you get 20 people. So take yourself out of the mix. That's 19 new people that you have to keep track of. Let me tell you what to do. Go to the office supply store and get yourself 3 boxes of file folders. Not the hanging file folders, just the regular, like the old manila ones that you put in a hanging file folder. But get 3 boxes. Get a box of green, a box of yellow, and a box of red. So now I'm going to meet for the first time with Deb Myers. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find Deb Myers' LinkedIn page or her Facebook page. And I'm going to print only page 1. Page 1 will give me some additional information on her. Give me her picture, which is important. It will give me some of her background as to what does she do, what did she do in the past, a little bit of good information on her. And I want to print that and I want to put it in my file. Deb's information is going in a yellow file. Everybody goes in a yellow file. Save the red and green. Here's what happens. When I meet Deb, I'm going to play 20 questions. You guys should be trying to find out absolutely everything you can about Deb. What does she do? Yes. Don't take that time to stand out there and blurt out what you do. Trust me, that'll come up in time. But you want to learn everything you can about Deb because I cannot help her and in turn let her help me unless I truly know about her. If I find out maybe she lived somewhere that I knew people. Maybe she went to a school that I knew that somebody had gone to. Maybe she had done something in her past that I know somebody I could introduce her to that had similar interests. Those would be all great contacts for her. So after I've had my meeting with her, and Deb, I'm just going to pick on you. I just want you to know that. So I've had my meeting with Deb, and here's what I found out about during that meeting. I found out that I just don't think we click. You know, no bad stuff, but there's just not a connection between the two of us. I don't think things are going well at all. I'm going to take all of her information out of the yellow file. I'm going to put it in a red file. Red means dead. Just telling you, don't waste your time on her. Not going anywhere. For some reason, she hates the way I look or she hates the way I talk. It's going no place. Let her be somebody else's contact, but it's just not going to work for us. Once you're in the dead file, you never come out. Now, if you happen to be doing a Zoom meeting with Deb and things are going bad, I normally just take the red file, especially if it's somebody that I've trained on this, and I kind of just go like this with it. And then I start to write, and they go, "Are you putting me in a red file?" "Yes, I am." So they do have a chance to redeem themselves quickly before that red file gets closed. If they go, "Whoa, I don't want to be in the red file," I'll cooperate. Then things are fine. Now, if I'm having a meeting with Deb and everything's just clicking, we have similar interests. I know I can make connections for her. She can make connections for me. Everything is working out absolutely wonderful. Deb goes into a green file. Green means money. Worth spending time with somebody in a green file. So that's the simplest thing, guys. Think about it like a traffic light. Yellow, we haven't really made up our mind whether we're going to stop or whether we're going to go as fast as we possibly can. Red, definitely stopping. Green, floor it. If you got legal shield, you can go 100 miles an hour. That's perfectly fine. We don't care. So that's the simplest way that you guys can do this, but you really have to have that first page from the LinkedIn or the Facebook because, look, guys, these days things have changed. We're not doing all of our meetings in person anymore. So, I don't know, I'm a visual person. If I meet Deb today for the first time, chances are, because I'm old, by tomorrow I'll forget what color hair she had. But if I have that picture, as long as she doesn't go change her hair color on me, I'll be okay. And I'll have some kind of a frame of reference as to where she's at. So guys, try that. It's one of the simplest systems I've ever seen. And don't be afraid to show that red file if they're screwing up. I mean, it's funny. You put somebody in a red file, you don't forget it either. I had a guy when I was doing my meetings in person in Illinois, I would have 100 people who would show up. So I had to make a lot of files. But I had one guy who was he was an obnoxious beast. He was just terrible. I said, this guy's going on a red file. I don't even need a follow-up meeting. There's just nothing about this guy that I like. Put him in a red file, and he disappeared. I stopped inviting him to things. I knew if he was turning me off that badly, because I'm pretty easy to get along with, he would be doing that to other people too. And do you know that he surfaced one day, probably 8 or 9 years later, on my meeting here? And I looked at him and I said, oh God, it's a red file guy. I'm so glad he kind of stayed for a few minutes and left. I think he realized he was a red file guy and that he needed to go. So he went. But with that said, guys, I want to welcome all of you that are newbies here. I think you're going to have a wonderful time. Every week, I will give everybody an opportunity to share what they do. It is a 2-hour meeting. Sounds like a long time, but it goes really fast. And let me tell you why. I have some speakers on here. The speakers will only speak for 5 minutes. And they are special speakers. They come from my specialty group. I have a group for health and wellness people. These groups are open. If you're interested in them, let me know. I have a health and wellness group. The only people allowed to post in that particular group are the people who are members of that group. I have a group for insurance and financial professionals. I have one for small business owners. Everything that a small business owner would need to open a business or keep it running. I also have a coaches group. And Deanna, hold on to your socks. I am working on creating a group for intuitive people. And when I have enough people, I will put that group together as well. And what that gives them is it gives them a designated Facebook page where they are educating people on what they do. Quit worrying about the selling part. That will happen. Nobody wants somebody who buys from you and has remorse. You know, they think they made a mistake. If you give them a chance that you can show off and educate them on what it is you do or your product, they will trust you and they'll become a client for life. And that's really what you want. You'll get many more introductions, referrals, opportunities from people like that. So those groups are absolutely wonderful. If you're interested in any of those, throw it in the chat and I'll read it when I go through that chat. So Fred, you have your hand up. By the way, Fred is our radio guy he's the owner of the station, so you guys will get to know him. Fred.
Just wanted to remind our listeners, because since we've gone live, we've doubled the number of people listening at the station, which is cool. That's why people are coming, is because everybody's interesting. And just want to remind our listeners, you can dial in and we'll let you ask questions at 724-957-4733. That's 724-957-4733, or you can remember it the way I do, 17249-KFred. That's all.
Beautiful. So guys, I will have my speakers that will speak for 5 minutes. I will mix them all up in this group. Everybody will get an opportunity to be introduced as to what they do. When we're finished with that, I will have the computer throw everybody into a breakout room one-on-one with somebody for 5 minutes. You guys tend to have a good time in those groups, and we have to drag you out of there because you're having such a good conversation at this point. So I will give you guys a second opportunity for 5 minutes with someone else from the group. And then we have an open discussion. And that usually will revolve, many times it revolves around whatever the question of the day was. And I have a question that I give everybody every week. It's always different. There are no right or wrong answers. It's a conversation starter. It's so that you guys can relax and know that this is all about having a good time too. Listen, we all have bills to pay, and we can do it and be all serious, which is not me, or we can do it and have fun. And so that's exactly what I want. I want you guys to lighten up and show us the personality of who you really are. So our question of the day today is, what movie makes you laugh every time you see it? So we're all going to be curious as to what your answer is going to be for that. So I'm going to start actually with one of my speakers, and I'm going to start with her because she's in the car. I want her to keep her eyes on the road. I know she has legal shield, but I'm not looking for her to run into anything or over anybody. And so Wendy Thompson, the next 5 minutes are yours. And she's a part of one of our specialty groups as well. Oh my gosh, she's going to do a PowerPoint from the car? Are you the passenger or the driver?
I'm in the passenger seat, so.
Okay, that's better. Whoa, Lord.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Lynn, for allowing me to speak today and working with me on my crazy schedule. So happy to see everybody.
This meeting is being recorded.
And I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought somebody said something. Anyway, yeah, so it's an absolute pleasure to be speaking today and be featured. Lynn is amazing at connecting people and with networking and everything. And so it's an absolute privilege to be a part of this group, but also a part of her specialty groups as well. And we're really here to really serve and really give people, information. And so my name is Wityh Thompson. I am the agency owner with myself and my husband with Imperial Lux Wealth Agency. We have rebranded ourselves. And one thing for you all business owners, you should definitely double check that if you are branding yourself with your business, you want to make sure that your name isn't trademarked by somebody else. But here at Imperial Lux, we're here to help people build their empires and have a luxury experience while having a serious conversation about wealth. And, wealth is your new health. And without your wealth, you don't have your health options. And there's a lot of wonderful people on here that are in the health segment as well. And so what the thing I want to talk about today is talking about something that people don't really talk about too much, because when it comes to your money's emotional, and there's a lot of stuff out there that a lot of people do not know exist. And we take pride in leading with education on these financial options. And one of the financial options and can get a bad rap is simply index annuities. And the reason why I want to talk about index annuities is simply because there's some great aspects to it, some great aspects to what it can do for you. So typically there are 3 ways that money grows, and this is not something that our agency and or our company has developed, but this is information out there that you can Google, right? And so the 3 ways that money grows, you'll notice that there's a blue line, there's a red line, and there's a green line, kind of like Lynn's folders, right? And so the blue line is what you would call your fixed, right? It's little to slow growth, and you'll see in the next slide. And then your red line is what we call variable, the ups and downs of the market. So I can see why that the red folder is red as well. That was not intentional. It just happens to be already on here. And then there's the green line, and the green line is indexing. And so to really get into the 3 ways that money grows, that fixed line, that blue line, is savings accounts, CDs, money markets, bonds. It's got slow growth, right? So that's the downside. The upside is that it's safe. The variable, which is that red line, which is your 401ks, mutual funds, individual stocks, real estate. The downside is that there's no guaranteed safety, right? So when I think of this, how much of your money can you afford to lose? Most people say none, right? And I don't care where you're at on the scale. When it comes to the upside is that you get the potential of the growth. But what if? What if there was a product and service out there that could give you the best of both worlds, have your cake and eat it too? Well, that would be index. Index annuities and index universal life. Yes, it is a vehicle. It is not just for death. It's not just for certain people with certain amounts of money. It can be for the right person, for the right time, can give you the best of both worlds of safety and the upside of the growth to never lose. And really, without getting into more details on that, it's really just, and we're going to have to skip all this because we don't have enough time for that. But if you want to know more information about how you can have your own personal benefits, especially you being a business owner, a lot of times we work for jobs so we can work for the benefits. But what if you could have something that could give you the safety, the growth, the lifetime income, and protect what you've worked so hard for and put your money to work for you? One thing I'd like to touch on, really more importantly, with all of you business owners out there, if you've ever wondered why we all have the same amount of time, right? So the two things that most people really have a hard time with or want more of is money and time. And you can make all the money in the world, but time is one thing that you cannot buy. And so there is a way in which to look at where you're at, what your goals are, and figure out a plan in order to get you from this side of the spectrum, trading time for money, over to making passive income and putting your money to work for you. And so if you think about it, depending on what business you are, what service that you provide, a lot of people are trapped on this side. And what I mean by trapped, meaning that they're continuing on that proverbial mouse wheel. If I work really hard and I work more time, I can make more money. Well, if you want to know for your business and for what we can do, just contact me. My phone number is 773-598-9067. You can reach me and we'll set up a time and we'll go through and help you pinpoint where you're at in your business, what kind of benefits that you want, and how we can help you reach your goals at Imperial X Wealth Agency.
Beautiful. She finished right on time.
and I just want to say, I hope I'm in your green file for everybody.
In my green file. So let me ask you a question, Wendy. You want to tell them where you're from?
Yes, I am just outside of Chicago. And my office is in Oak Brook. And so but I also service multiple states throughout the United States. The only state that I don't service is Montana.
Wow. Okay. And what is your answer to what movie have you seen that makes you laugh every time?
Grumpy Old Men. And it's not even so much the movie, it's the outtakes at the end. It's absolutely hilarious.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so very much, Wendy. Stay safe today.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful. We're going to do some of our introductions now. So I was going to go to Simon, but Simon is like under the bed or something. Oh, there you are, Simon. Got to stay on camera
Right.
so I know you're still here. We don't want to talk to your name. But Simon, I'm going to skip to somebody who's been here before so you can hear what they say, and then I'll come right back to you. So I'm going to go to Dawn. Dawn, you're up.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. I wasn't prepared yet to talk, but I always like to talk. Thanks, Lynn. My name is Dawn Tellinghusen. I have been an Avon ambassador for 41 years and love my business. And I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana, coming on in March, the end of March, 1 year already. There's a couple things I want to sneak into my time here. And the first one is, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And I picked out some great spring jewelry pieces that you will want to go check out in my book. And then I also want to share with you something that I posted in our Ultimate Coaching Connection, which this morning was my teachable moment. So I want you to go check that out because everyone knows Skin So Soft, right? Skin So Soft now has a hair collection, shampoo, and also conditioner. And in that teachable moment in the Ultimate Coaching Connection page on Facebook, you will see why this is something that you want to try. So go check that out. My movie that always makes me laugh is Home Alone because that kid is so clever. And so let me give you my information so you can contact me. My phone number, and I'd love to hear a text from you, is 248-408-5833. Again, that number is 248-408-5833. In the chat, I will put my link so you can go look at all this beautiful jewelry and see your Valentine specials, or maybe the special is for you alone. This shirt that I'm wearing is also one of Avon's new pieces of fashion. So we have it all. You just got to go check it out. So thanks so much, Lynn. Dawn Tellinghusen with the wonderful products of Avon.
Okay, now I did not know what Dawn was going to talk about today. Usually she brings one of her products, but I'm going to give you guys, and this is totally off the subject, but I'm going to give you two little pieces of advice. My anniversary is coming up this month. I will be married 53 years, and I'm going to tell you how to stay married for a long time. For the guys, this is your advice. Buy a piece of jewelry for your wife and hide it in your underwear drawer. She's not going to look there. So now the next time she starts screaming at you because you've done something that was goofy, that you got in trouble for, tell her, say, just a minute, and go get the piece of jewelry and tell her you bought it for her that day. Trust me, she won't be yelling at you, but you need to replace the jewelry for the next argument. Now, for the women, if you need to get out of trouble, maybe you spent too much and put it on a credit card, doesn't matter what it is. Yours is not a buying thing. I just want to give you a little piece of advice. A man cannot argue with a naked woman. Just remember that. If he starts to yell, just start taking clothes off. I promise you, he will not be able to fight with you anymore. The argument will be over. That's my piece of advice for both of you, and I never expected to be given it today, but you got it. Okay, back to real business again. Simon, you're up. The next minute is yours. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was that kind of business show, but yeah, let's move on. Yeah, so I run footballtalent.co.uk. So that's football as in soccer for you Americans. So I look after female professional footballers all across the globe, including international players, sorting out their media, PR work, sponsorship sourcing, mentorships, put them in touch with female-centric products, as an example. Two of my clients have experienced endometriosis. For those guys out there who are not au fait what that is, your sister, your mother, or the period, as we call them, or time of the month, and those who suffer or not suffer, don't use that word, experience real painful effects. This cream helps them. So yeah, if you want to know more, let me know. I'll put my email in the chat because I'm in the UK. So that's a little bit about me. My email is info@footballtalent.co.uk, because if you're messing me, I'll call them. It's going to be rather expensive for you.
And Simon, do you use WhatsApp?
Yeah. My WhatsApp is it'll be 0044788. No, I'll put it in the chat. I forgot.
Put it in the chat, because that WhatsApp is really a great thing. So yeah. Simon, what movie is it that makes you laugh every time you see it?
Can I do two? One's Bruce Almighty, and the other one is Me, Myself, and Irene.
And let me tell you, Simon, this is my first time to hear you. If I was not able to look at your lips, I would need an interpreter. Hard for me to believe we're both speaking English. So I'm going to have to get used to your accent. So we need you to make sure you keep coming back. Took me a while to get Keith, but I got Keith's accent down now.
I have put captions on, so hopefully you Americans will understand correct English. None of this tomato, sidewalk instead of pavement, and yeah. Us English invented it. Yeah.
Thank you, Simon, and welcome. Tanya, welcome, Tanya. I normally see Tanya at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we don't look the same at 5 o'clock in the morning. Trust me. I mean, I'm looking at her now. She looks all pretty. She did not look like that at 5 o'clock, and neither did I.
Look, you don't give away my secrets. Come on now. I thought we were friends.
That's right.
Hi, she called me Tanya. They call me TV Stone. And I'm with Ms. Business. That's MIZBIZNIZ. I know that as business owners and key employees in businesses and in sales, there are a lot of areas in which you'd like to grow. And generally, that's in the area of making more money, or reaching your goals, or KPIs, or even expanding your business. And you have no idea how to really do that, or you have some ideas, but you don't want to have to do that. I am that person that you would call to help you with your business. I've been doing this for quite a while. 30 years I've been doing this in one way or the other, whether it be with a corporation or a small business, mom and pops. I love going into a mom and pop shop and helping them with their back office to help them run and make the money and keep the money and grow the money that they've been making with their pizzas or whatever. So as a business, I would say I'm kind of like your CRO. CRO typically means Chief Revenue Officer, which I can be that. I'll help you try to make some more money. But in my case, it's more of a Chief Rescue Officer. I help businesses with problems and issues and goal setting and reaching a little further, or getting a snapshot of their business and understanding what it is from a bird's eye point of view. And since I love mysteries, I would be what you would call the detective in your Agatha Christie movie or something. I love digging in and investigating and asking a lot of questions, because the solutions to your problems is typically you. And I help you identify the solution and put your thumbprint all over it. And one of the things that I sell a lot of is called a business blueprint, but we can talk about that later. One of the things that I do is I ask all those questions. I compile them together. I love problems. So I'll take that problem and I'll make it not so huge for you. I'll make it to the point where you can handle it. You can do what you can with it. I'll give you suggestions and put you on a track so that you can meet that goal that you think is impossible, or you've made that goal a little too small. I will tell you it needs to grow and how to grow it. Although I love problems, I can tell you this, there's a number of problems I don't handle. One can be, and I will tell you, and I'm dead serious, if you're a zookeeper and you do anything with snakes, I am not the one for you. Another thing is, if you are a business and you make a whole lot of money, too much money, and have no problems, I am not the one for you to call. The only other business owner that I would not be able to help is one whose problems have gotten so large where they have gotten to the point where they don't want to accept the help I can offer. I would like to just have a conversation with you. Don't believe it is bigger than it is. You have no idea. Let me look at it from a bird's eye point of view and give you some suggestions. I've been doing this a long time. And if we can have a conversation, I have my name, my number, my website in the chat. I also have, because I told Lynn I would do this, I also have a link in there. If you go to that link and you put your information in there, don't click one of the business services. Put in there you want a business blueprint, and I will contact you, and I'll know you're from this from Lynn's show, and I will give you that special blueprint. Let's just have a conversation. TV Stone with Ms. Business.
TV, where are you located?
I am located just outside of Chicago in the Naperville area, for those of you who know. But because of the type of business I have, I am not limited by walls or borders. So give me a call if you have a question. It's not just me that does the solutions. I have a team of colleagues who are experts in their fields. Some of them are retired and some of them are still presidents and so forth within their area. So please give me a call. You'd be surprised. We may have a solution for you.
Beautiful. And what movie makes you laugh every time you see it?
I'd have to say Scrooge with Jim Carrey, but anything with Jim Carrey.
Excellent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think you need to read the chat. You have some people wanting to meet with you already, so that's good.
Awesome.
Keith Robinson, you are up. Put on your ears. Here's another accent.
Would you like me to speak slowly?
We can get it.
Right, see, Americans who can't understand English, and Irish, whatever.
Yeah, I'll try and type it for you later. Keith here, coming in from Ireland, as you can probably all tell already. I am heavily involved in the health space. 16 and a half years ago, I learned it was possible to reverse cardiovascular disease. And ever since that, I've been helping people to take control of their long-term health and wellness. It's very simple, really. The body wants to fix itself, but there's no nutrition left in the food. We're bombarded with more poisons than ever before, and this is why the body falls behind on getting its to-do list done. So once you can help the body to make more nitric oxide, then it can clean the whole cardiovascular system. If you also supply the body with the missing nutrition that is gone from our food, hey presto, the body will go into repair mode and start fixing its own problems. We have helped people correct all sorts of cardiovascular issues, including reversing the need for bypass surgery, reversing stroke, reversing dementia, reversing the need for amputations from diabetes complications, sorting out immune system issues, fertility issues, arthritis issues. We helped a lady reverse HIV over a 6-month period. I helped a lady reverse lupus over a 6-month period. We've seen people get off dialysis. There are no limits to what the body will address, but it needs the fuel and it needs the circulation. I'm putting contact details in the chat for anyone who would like to connect and have a deeper discussion. And that's me. If you want a contact number, I'll call it out for anyone that's in radio land. So you have to go +353 to get as far as Ireland. And then it's 862524 862524 Gladly connect with people through WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I don't charge people anything to share information, answer questions, or to support them through the journey of health and wellness.
And Keith, what is the movie that makes you laugh all the time?
Have any of you seen the film Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with Michael Caine and Steve Martin?
Yeah.
I think that was fabulous. There's parts of that.
Everybody's going to have a good list of funny films when we're out of here today.
There's parts of that tears start coming out of my eyes watching it.
Oh, that's good. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate you. Deb Myers, I'm going to come back to you after I do one more of my speakers. So I'm going to get row 3 as soon as we get that next speaker done. So we're going to go to Elizabeth Maffei. And I will tell you that you will feel like you've had a vacation after Elizabeth does her 5 minutes. I promise you. She is so relaxing to listen to. So Elizabeth, the floor is yours for the next 5 minutes.
Well, hi, everyone. Thank you, Lynn. And if you're driving, do not fall asleep, please, because we can do that for you. So y'all are full of spit and vinegar today. That's all I can say. I've got tears rolling down my eyes already. So I think it's amazing. I love the energy today. So I'm a quantum growth practitioner. What is that? People ask me. So I work in the energetic field. I'm an intuitive, and life coach, and I have a lot of different tools, Reiki and angelic healing. But the bottom line is that I help you to get to the root cause of what is causing you dis-ease, whether it's in your physical body, whether it's in your mental mindset, your emotional body, or your spiritual, your etheric body. Everything is energy. Everybody on here, I can feel all of you, so you can't hide from me. I love it. But it's a way to teach you how to undo and unravel the root cause of everything that's been holding you back, wherever it is in your life. And it's very interesting because I got a download this year that we are in a golden year. And Keith knows what I'm talking about, but we're definitely in a golden year. But also what that means is that gold shines, right? And so we can be pulled in way too many directions by shiny objects. Oh, I want to sign up for this. Oh, I want to do that. And then we get very, very scattered. And so I'm asking you and suggesting that you think about using your discernment. And what is that? That's your intuition. Before you jump and leap, and I'm all about action. Action is great. But before you jump and leap into anything, whether it's what you say back to someone, or what you're thinking, or a new program that you're going to jump on, take a moment and just go within yourself and ask yourself, is this for my highest and best? Why do I say that? Because what you plant within you is energy. What you plant within you is going to grow this year. And if you want to grow gold, and you want to be golden, and your business and your relationships and all of that, you want that to shine, then you have to plant the right seeds. So I have a quick suggestion. If you haven't done this before, try it. It's a lot of fun. Do a mind and or wealth map. And what does that look like? You can take index cards, or you can take colored sticky notes. I'm like Lynn. I like different colors to represent different things. It's just very visual, right? It's visual. And when we're visual and we are tactile, we learn better than just keeping it up in our heads. The best way we learn is when we teach someone else. But do a mind map. Write down everything in every category that you would like to happen this year, whether it's in your business. Write down marketing. What are all the things that you're not doing in marketing that you would like assistance with? You would like to know how. Whether it is how many clients you want this year, whether it is losing weight, it doesn't matter. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Write all of your wish list down. Do not judge yourself. Don't tell yourself that you can't do this. That's not what this is about, right? And then pick one or two, or at the very most 3 from each list, and start putting them on index cards or sticky notes, and lay them out and put them in a way that they start to flow. Well, in order for me to get my clients, perhaps I need to add something to my business. And in order for me to add something to my business, I'm going to need the support. Say, I need to hire somebody in marketing. And it just makes it very visual. And that will help you. And, the whole point is that you want to polish your gold. We want to help other people polish their gold as well, because that only increases our gold. But you want to polish your own gold. It is not selfish to do that. So I'm going to ask you just for 30 seconds. If you're not driving, close your eyes. Even if you're resistant to this, even if you have monkey brain, it doesn't matter. Just please close your eyes for a minute. I want you to pick one thing in your life or your business that you would like to see happen this year, whether it's a number, whether it's, just whatever goal that is. Lynn, would you like me to continue?
I want you to finish, yeah.
Okay. Take that goal, and I want you to see it in your mind's eye and drop it in your heart space. because that's where the passion and the excitement of living is. I want you to see that word, and I want you to turn it into gold. See it written in gold letters. See it expanding. Feel it expanding within your heart space. Believe that you will be receiving this year. Believe that everybody who needs to come into your life, all of the information that you need, anything that is needed to support you, will come into that space. All right, take a deep breath and open your eyes. Don't forget right now to write down what that was, because that's where you're going to start. Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate it. Oh, my funny movie.
You want to tell them where you're from first?
Yes, I'm in Central Florida, and I do work all around the world. I have an in-person meeting place, and then I also work on Zoom. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, free consultation, my number is 321-303-8649. Again, 321-303-8649. And I grew up in I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. So my favorite movie of all is Moonstruck. And I could probably quote every one-liner in that move. Hey, snap out of it. And so thank you for your time. It's so much fun today. I appreciate you.
Excellent. Thank you. So we're going to go back to some of our introductions. So we're going to go to Deb Myers. Deb Myers, you are up. The next minute is yours.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Of course, my name is Deb Myers, and I'm a health and wellness rep for the Juice Plus company. We offer whole food nutrition. We are not a vitamin supplement. Our whole food nutrition can be found in capsules, gummies, shakes, and bars. And for every adult order of the capsules, a child of your choice, doesn't even have to be related to you, can receive a free order of the gummies or capsules from ages 4 up through age 25. I love that we're giving away 21 years of free product for the kids. It's all about the kids, right? And we also offer an aeroponic, hydroponic growing system called the Tower Garden. Now you can grow your own salads indoors or outdoors, no dirt and no green thumb required, which is pretty cool. February is Heart Health Month, and we have a wonderful special with our plant-based omegas and our brand new energy drink called Luminate, which is all natural energy, which I love, which has ashwagandha, mushrooms, and different types of sage. You can reach me at 847-338-5788. Again, my number is 847-338-5788. And we're all about trying to get you healthier.
Beautiful. You want to tell them where you're from?
Yes, I'm from Island Lake, Illinois. Up here, I call myself up in God's country near the Wisconsin border.
What's the movie that makes you laugh every time you see it?
My Cousin Vinny. I start laughing even before it starts, just the music.
Oh, that's very good. That's a good one. Alyssa St. George's, you are here for the first time, and we have really struggled to try to get a date that works for you, so we're happy to have you here with us.
Thanks, Lynn. I love you already. I'm just cracking up this whole meeting. I'm like, I don't think I've ever been to a network meeting like this, but I like it. I am from Southern Connecticut. I'm visiting Southwestern Florida for the month, down here in Cape Coral, enjoying this because we have a snow day up in Connecticut. And
Wait a second, Alyssa. Where in Connecticut are you from?
Well, I was born and raised in Wethersfield, and then lived in Rocky Hill for many years, and now I'm in West Haven, which is right next to New Haven, where Yale is.
Come on, I'm a newbie here in Connecticut, and I'm in Watertown.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Well,
go ahead. Tell us about Alyssa.
Yeah, so I am a brand partner with LifeWave Wellness Technology. We're a 20-year-old tech company, and in 2020, we released and launched a stem cell reactivation patch technology, which has skyrocketed the company from 20 million to 620 million in the last 5 years. If you don't know anything about stem cells, they can repair and regenerate. They become whatever cell the body needs. Our body, as many other people on here understand and have expressed, our bodies are divinely created and intend to heal itself given the right support and the right input. As we age, our stem cells are slowly declining, just as a natural course of things. And by the time we're 60, almost 90% of our stem cells have gone dormant. They're there, but they're not active. And so reactivating those naturally, where the body is creating and producing those additional stem cells, in my opinion, is the way to go. We can supplement. It's great to supplement, but we don't know what's actually being absorbed. This does not have to pass through the gut or anything like that. It's a non-transdermal patch, which naturally elevates copper peptide. So the inventor began 20 years ago, commissioned by the Department of Defense to help the Navy SEALs with natural energy. And from there, he just has continued to invent and secure patents. He has over 180 patents. Our company is working on home generation, power systems, cellular generation. He's created humanitarian drones, and we are going to $1 billion this year. So I'm super excited to help people reverse their aging. Like Keith talked about, we're talking about age reversal once cellular activity is rebounded and the body's healing itself. I had 20 years worth of side effects from chemo, radiation, the whole 9 yards. And I live a very healthy lifestyle. I do the best I can, but still had a bunch of things that were unresolved. And after 4 months of wearing this technology, I was like a brand new person. And 16 months later, I've seen miracle after miracle. So I'm super excited to educate people and share something so simple, but so profound. Thanks for having me.
And how can they reach out to you?
Yeah, let me mention thisisit.info.com will give you all the information about this technology, the patent, the studies, doctors panel testimonials. Thisisit.info.com. And you guys can find me on Facebook. I am new to sales. I am not a salesperson. Many people in this company have just had incredible experiences and felt a moral obligation to share with people. But I'm loving the ability to be an entrepreneur and create an income with this for myself and my family. So you can find me on Facebook.
Excellent. And what's the movie that makes you laugh every time you see it?
Napoleon Dynamite, because the first time we saw it, we had several generations, my dad, myself, my son, and we all just looked at each other and we didn't break a laugh at all. Nothing, not even a smile. We were so confused. And then the more often you watch that movie, the more, the funnier it becomes for some reason.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And I hope all you newbies continue with us. Thanks. I always say that you need to come until everybody thinks of Alyssa and they think of the stem cell patches. They think of the stem cell patches, they think of Alyssa. Beautiful. Thank you. Michael Vukelic. We're all curious. What does Michael Vukelic do? The next minute is yours.
Well, thank you, Lynn. And I'm really happy to be here. I am Michael Vukelic, and I am the CEO and founder of the Generational Freedom Foundation, where I work with high-performing professionals to remove patterns and erroneous beliefs and trauma-induced self-sabotage that comes from generational, passed down through generations. So I have a very transformative approach for healing the professionals with profound self-love and unlocking this life that resonates with higher purpose and expanding potential. So that's really the crux of my work. I've been doing this type of work since I started as a hypnotherapist in 2010. I am now a coach, an international best-selling author with my latest book here, Cracking the Rich Code, endorsed by Tony Robbins. So I had a great time. There's 21 of us actually that put this book together. And I love to get out and speak and teach and empower others to live their best life. That's really what I do. Let's see. My phone number is, I'm in the Chicago area. My phone number is 773-899-1881. And you can reach out to me that way, or either mike@outrageoussuccess.com.
And what is the movie that makes you laugh every time you see it?
Actually, what came to me right away was My Cousin Vinny. That's actually an old movie that I really enjoyed. Yep, it cracks me up every single time.
Megan or foot, my biological clock is ticking. I love it. I love it. Thank you. And Michael, we would like to have you stick with us as well.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Great. Ken, you're up.
Hi, everyone. So it's my first time here. I'm Ken, and I'm from the Philippines, but I live right now in Cambodia. And I'm a VA, virtual assistant, social media manager, and an online business manager. So I specialize in supporting small businesses and coaches with their time-consuming tasks and simplifying their processes so they can scale their business. So you can contact me by my website or Facebook or Telegram, WhatsApp I have. I will put it in the chat, my information, or you can book a free call with me for 30 minutes to discuss how I can help you. And for the question of the movie that makes me laugh, I watch a lot of movies because I really love watching movies. So, but the first one that comes to my mind is Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey.
Excellent. Thank you. Now, why do I think I lost somebody here? I know I had a woman that was coming before you, Jeff, and I don't know where she went. So, Jeff, you are up next.
I'll take it. No worries. Hi, everybody. Jeff Johnson with Business Cash Flow Solutions. And I want to piggyback on a couple of people here. Wendy Thompson mentioned passive income. I want to say that I think that's one of the smartest ways to have joint ventures and have income coming in from several different streams. I offer it in the fact that if you send a business my way that I can help, I will pay monthly residuals for the lifetime of the account. I have people earning tens of thousands of dollars just for introducing me to businesses. I work by referral only. I help a business. The second shout out is to Tanya and Ken. They help businesses overall improve what they do. I specialize. I work with the business in how they get paid. Every business owner knows their widget, but they may not know all the different ways they can get paid: cash, credit, check, ACH, diamonds, crypto, whatever, e-commerce, terminals, point of sales, mobile units, out on the road. I have all the software and hardware technology, aggressive rates. Do not let any stereotypical baggage from old merchant services credit card guys who may have ripped off the business in the past cloud your judgment. I am a step above that, and I will be an advocate for the business to make sure they improve their capabilities and their cash flow. Jeff Johnson, I'm in the Washington, Baltimore area at 301-502-5042, and I am a national consultant working by referral only. So let's talk about who I can help.
Excellent. I'm going to take 1 second, guys, to explain to you what I do. I'm Lynn Lionhood with Legal Shield and ID Shield. And what I normally like to do is give you guys an example of how someone has used this service to make you understand how easy it is for you guys to be able to use it. So I had a client who men are going to be a little bit surprised. She bought a dress online and had the dress still in the bag, but had not worn the dress at all, and decided she wanted to return it for a full refund. It was less than 30 days later, and the store said no. They would only give her a store credit, and that was it, and she was unhappy with that. So she told them she was a Legal Shield member, and she was going to contact her law firm, which she did, And in less than 2 days, they said, we're going to make a one-time exception for you this time, and gave her back all of her money. So they usually will tell you this will be a one-time exception. I don't care if it's one time or 20 times. If it's my money, it's important to me that I get my money back. And it's very, very nice to have that little pit bull in your pocket so that you can get the help you need and get things resolved. So that's really what it is I do. And the movie that makes me laugh all the time is an old movie that all of my children love, my grandchildren love. It's a mad, 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 mad world. I cannot watch that movie without laughing all the time. There are just so many stars in that movie. Jeff Johnson, you have your hand up.
No, only because I forgot my movie, and I want to throw that in there as well. Another old classic. I'm a Mel Brooks fan, so give me Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles, always for the win.
We seem to have a theme going here. A lot of these old movies are movies that we're all loving. Deanna, you have your hand up as well.
Yes, ma'am. So I wanted to take a second. Jeff remembered that he forgot his movie. Maybe a few people have forgotten that we are on a radio show. Can we give them the opportunity to raise their hand and throw their contact information out there verbally in case they forgot?
Absolutely. I will be coming back to TV before we finish so that she's able to give hers, because I know that she did not give hers as well. Is that what you're looking for, Tanya? Okay, and I'm going to come back to you. I saw all that stuff. So I'm going to real quick jump to another one of my speakers real quick, and then I'm going to come back and pick up with Alexis. So Alexis and Kenny and Balin and Manuel and Lisa and Jeremy, don't leave me. We're coming back. We're going to go to Deanna Brakefield. Deanna Brakefield, as those of you who have been on these calls know, is so important. I want all of you to pay attention, because if you do become part of these specialty groups that I have for the insurance and financial professionals, the coaches, the health and wellness people, or the small business group, and eventually the intuitive group, she does marketing information that will help every single one of them in those groups. I also have Jam who will help them with AI stuff. So it is a real great opportunity to be in those groups and to be able to talk with like-minded people, educate people, and get all of that assistance from both of them. So Deanna, you are up for the next 5 minutes.
So thank you so much. As she said, I'm Deanna. I'm Deanna Brakefield, the owner of Lionheart Kingdom Marketing. Normally, you guys get to hear me talk about my radio show on PHred, Neurodivergent News, but today I'm representing the Business in a Bundle group for Lynn. And so I want to touch on marketing a little bit. And I want to touch on something a little bit controversial. I hate pricing sheets. Now, that sounds crazy because I'm a business owner, right? People are constantly calling me up and they want to know how much this service is and how much that service is. And you know a little secret, guys, it makes me bananas when people ask my prices up front. And it's not that I want to be dishonest with them or I don't want them to know what the price of the service is that they are getting. But most of us small business service providers, what we do is not about price, it is about value. And so as soon as a customer asks you for a pricing sheet, what did you say, Fred? As soon as somebody asks me for a pricing sheet, it turns off my compassion brain. And I know that sounds like a weird way to put it, but I am now more interested in giving them details about services and about prices. I am talking like a boring robot versus marketing is boring. Yes, Fred, I know marketing is boring, but I'm in business in a bundle. So anyway, as I was saying, if you can keep a client on a value-based, relationship-based scale, that's actually to both of your benefits. Because as soon as your client goes price, they've stopped seeing you as a person and now you're just an entity. If you can bring them back with a suggestion such as, I would love to discuss price with you. And if you want me to tell you those prices, I absolutely can. But I don't think that's the information that you're actually asking for. I think what you're actually asking me is, what is this going to cost you? And the answer is a little bit of money, but it's going to save you a whole lot of time. As for my favorite movie, I've got an old one too, and it's a little bit goofier than most of the ones getting named. Do y'all remember the movie Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito? I know it's absolutely ridiculous, but I find it hysterical and I still laugh at it today.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much, Deanna. We're always appreciative of all the help that you give to everybody in all of those groups. Yay. Alexis, the next minute is yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alexis Skurloff James, and I am in Mesa, Arizona. I'm a writer, editor, writing coach, and author. And I provide content and content review through editing and proofreading. I also humanize AI-generated content. And what I emphasize is your voice, your product, and your service, and target it all to your market audience, providing that everything is one voice, emphasizing the particular words for your business. If you're interested, you can contact me at 317-292-2615 for a consultation and to get a copy of my ebook. Again, it's 317-292-2615. And if you mention Lynn Lionhood or PHred, I will give you a discount on my services. Thank you.
Oh, that's your coupon of the day, guys. Flip it and use it. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. And Alexis, what's the movie that makes you smile every time you see it?
First thing that came to mind, and I love comedy. First thing that came to mind were the vacation movies with Chevy Chase. Christmas Vacation, Family Vacation. It's just just great.
They're very good. They're very, very good. Thank you very much. Deanna, do you also want to come back and give us some information about the book club? It is not my book club. It is Deanna's, but it is very good, guys, and it gives you guys an opportunity to let your hair down and stop being business owners and be a real human being for an hour. So, Deanna, you want to give them the details on that?
Yes, ma'am. So we have a blast every Friday at 11 a.m. Central. We meet on Google Meets, and we have a Facebook group, so we constantly are keeping up with what should you be reading and additional resources to go along with what you're reading. Right now, we are reading Simon Sinek's Start With Why. Miss Dawn is holding up the book. It's bright white jacket with beautiful red letters, and it is mind-blowing, guys, the things that he has revealed in this book. And we're a little over 2/3 of the way through the book, and we just put our poll up on Monday in our Facebook group to vote for the next book that we will be starting in about 3 weeks. So even though we're most of the way through the book, we'd love to have you. Yes, it is business mindset, but we, as Lynn put it, let our hair down, we relax, we actually connect with each other on real problems and give each other varied perspectives. And it's just a glorious Friday morning every Friday. Yes, Fred?
So Lynn mentioned you could be human. Does this mean that the group excludes AI personalities?
Yes, sir. I kick out all AI note takers.
What about those that aren't note takers, but they're just AI personas?
I mean, we haven't had one yet, so we'd have to take that on a case-by-case basis.
Just give Jam a chance. It'll happen.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I did just find a tool that could mimic Zoom, so.
Uh-oh. All right, we're going to pick it back up with Kenny Perry. Kenny Perry, everybody's curious about what Kenny Perry does.
Absolutely. No, thanks for, obviously having me here and everything like that. But first thing I want to ask everyone, how's their energy today? I want to make sure everyone has some energy right now. I know, 2 hours could be a lot sometimes, but it seems like everyone is, alive and well. So first and foremost, I just want to let you know I am the CEO and founder of Organic Mindset Agency. So essentially what we are is we are a full-fledged marketing agency that specializes in AI-powered automated websites. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell is that? So we look at hundreds of websites on a monthly basis. The majority of people will just throw a website together, and it's templated, it's not optimized, it's very, very simple, and it's really, really lacking from an SEO point of view. Now, what we do is we actually create sites that have a conversion focused design to them. So we focus on the industry, we focus on the metrics of the industry, we focus on basically how everything is running on the back end. So what we do is we create sites with chatbots, and then we create sites with Google My Business integrations, WhatsApp integration as well, since WhatsApp is starting to grow in the United States, which the rest of the world's been using it for a long time, but in the US it's being used. So what we essentially do is we implement everything and we put it into a site that's actually going to be conversion focused, because a lot of people have sites, but they don't have a clear call to action. The messaging is off and they just throw it together to throw it together. So they're really doing more harm than good. If you operate in an online space and don't have a brick and mortar location, your website essentially is your brick and mortar location. So what we do with that is we pretty much make sure that the site, it's like, I'm going to use the example, Best Buy, for example. So if you're looking for a new TV or an iPad or something, you're going to walk in Best Buy. You look around, you want to check the presentation, you want to see if the employees are knowledgeable of what they're doing, and that's going to help establish buying confidence. So what essentially happens in that sense is when they go to your website, you want to have the same type of focus on there. If you don't have an actual physical location. So what we do is we implement all of that into the site, and we want to make sure that it runs on a really consistent focus. Now, we get our sites done in approximately 21 days or less. So whether we're building it from scratch or we're revamping them, so we get them done pretty quickly. Now, the really cool thing about that as well is we don't have to put your site in construction. We can build it on our internal server, and then we can transfer it over once it's ready. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention as well, we also offer, a plethora of other services like SEO, online ads, branding, social media growth, and we offer AI-powered automation services such as text messaging, phone calls as well. Therefore, cold calling from an automated bot, we do that as well. Now, one thing I do want to mention, anyone that's on this call or anybody listening, what I'm going to honor today is strictly for the website services. If you want to have your website looked at, please feel free to book a call with me or give me a call. My number is 302-204-0226. I repeat, 302-204-0226. And you can reach me at my email. It is Kenny, Kenny, at organic-mindset.com. And you can book a call with me. I'm more than happy to do that. Now, if you do say this is from Lynn Lionhood's group, or you're listening on the radio, let me know, and I will honor 40% off on websites if you are looking to have, obviously, your website revamped. So that's essentially what we do. And what we also offer as well is hotel savings cards as well. So if you book a call with me, you'll get a hotel savings card. And if you become a client, we give vacation vouchers as well. So that's something to get to know. So kick-ass website as well as a vacation voucher as well. So that's Kenny Perry from Organic Mindset Agency. Now, there's a few movies that I really like that make me laugh. The one that comes to mind first I really loved is Happy Gilmore. Adam Sandler really, really made me laugh a lot. So that actually was on TV the other day, and I was watching it, and it made me realize how funny that movie was when I was a kid. And I just used to laugh over and over and over again watching it. And then I used to really love, even back in the day, is the Ernest movies, Ernest Scared Straight and all the Ernest movies back in the day. Those used to really, really make me laugh. So those were movies that I found really, really funny. So Kenny Perry from Organic Mindset Agency.
Kenny, where are you located?
I am actually back and forth a lot. So my business is headquartered in Wilmington, Delaware. But I am actually probably the only Canadian on the call. So I'm originally from Canada. I'm a dual citizen. And right now, I'm just back up in Toronto right now, actually.
Toronto?
Yeah,
you're going to love this. You need to stick with us because we have a lot of Toronto people usually on here. I'm surprised that they're not on today. Usually we have a lot. So that's good. I can make a lot of those connections for you. And
awesome.
Obviously, the type of work you do, it doesn't really make any difference where you're headquartered because you're able to work everywhere, I'm thinking.
Exactly, yeah. So I'm back and forth to the U.S. and Canada a lot. I'd say probably the majority of my clients are U.S.-based, and I have my business headquartered in the U.S., but I'm back and forth across the border a lot. So, back up in Canada right now, though. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so very much. Baylin, we're all curious about you, Baylin. Talk to us.
Hello. My name is Baylin Mejino, and I am the founder of Global Dream Makers, and I've created this life framework called the Dream Maker Matrix. So I am so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me, Lynn. I don't want to call you Lionhood. It was an awesome name. So what do? Uninspired, successful. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Uninspired, successful entrepreneurs and leaders, mostly women, who are navigating major life change, kind of like divorce. They've lost a business, they've lost a long-term job, or maybe they're nearing retirement. They're struggling to make their life decisions now because of this change, because the basis for their old way of making decisions doesn't work anymore. It's like being a ship without a rudder. So what I do is I help you to redesign your compass, your internal compass, to move forward so you can be confident to live your inspired, fulfilling life. You now choose to create, to fulfill the purpose you came here to serve and to make your impact in the world. So what happens, bottom line, I assist you in gaining clarity, extreme clarity and meaning for your life so that you can take that inspiration and ripple it out into all areas of your life as you manifest so that you can breathe easy and you can leave your legacy. We take people from the chaos of disruption and change, and we go to the calm of being the queen of your queendom or the king of your kingdom or the captain of your ship. Because what we do is we set you design, you choose what is your dream maker matrix by making decisions that come from your heart. So that's what I do. I'm here in San Francisco Bay Area, but my work is mostly online. And so I can serve the entire globe. I'm happy to do so. And I do it starting with setting your matrix. And my favorite funny movie is Ghostbusters.
Yay, that's a good one too. See? I don't think anybody has any really brand new ones. We all have they got to start making us some funny movies because we all love the old ones. Thank you very much, Balin. Okay, I'm going to go to Manuel.
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for having me. Right. Well, I'm Manuel. I work with a company called Entre Admin, and what we do mostly is we provide professional virtual assistant services, right? Well, it all comes from the belief that everyone deserves a break and that everyone has a gift, right? Everyone in this room has a gift. They do what is good for them, what is providing revenue to them and to their business, right? We have Fred with the radio show. So, and we have so many different professions, and every single one of these people in here, right, have a thing that they're good at doing. And so you wouldn't want to be all night just writing emails or answering Facebook messages or doing calendar stuff. And all of these back office things that, while they're important to a business, really are not really that revenue generating or fulfilling in any way, right? We have people that have so little time in their schedules because they are just doing these back office things instead of attending their clients, and they're missing out on clients because, well, they have to answer other stuff, right? So why not let just somebody else take care of it, right? And so this is what we do. We just give people their time back. We provide administrative support. We do marketing, and we also do bookkeeping. Well, that is basically Entre Admin is about.
And Manuel, where are you located?
Well, the company is in Houston, Texas. I actually live in Mexico. So
Okay.
even though I work remotely, well, I help with whatever I can, right?
Beautiful. And what is the movie that makes you laugh every time you see it?
The movie that makes me laugh, it would have to be The Emperor's New Groove, which is an earlier Disney classic. more modern classic, I would say.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you very much. And we're glad to have you back with us again today.
Great, thank you.
Lisa Kirkwood. We're very curious about what does Lisa do?
Hi, I'm a speaker and consultant on diversity and empowerment. And I know it's a bit of a controversial topic nowadays, diversity, but I'm here to tell business owners and education professionals that diversity is not going anywhere. You can choose to ignore it or hide from it, but there are as many nuances to diversity as there are human beings. So to think that we're only dealing with racial diversity is a very narrow spot to be in and very vulnerable one. I specialized in connecting with business owners, managers, and HR professionals who employ a diversified workforce. This goes for small, medium, and larger businesses and corporations. And I also help educational institutions, students, and faculty members to understand the many nuances of diversity. For businesses, the main purpose is to protect themselves from diversity-related issues at the workplace. They can have very expensive lawsuits. Every year, there are between $500 million and $1 billion in the U.S. On lawsuits because of diversity issues. So protect themselves from this kind of issues. Then we have promote diverse teams because it's a given that diverse teams are more innovative and creative, and that will drive the bottom line profits up to 50% or more, depending on the specific of the business. And last but not least, position their business for greater social impact and higher revenues by reflecting the client database through the team members, the diversity. Businesses can gain new market segments. So I'm the author of two programs. One is called Higher Dimensions of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and the other one is with You've Got the Power. So I combined the notions into a training on empowered diversity. So this is what I'm teaching business owners and educational institutions. I am the True Stories merchant. I put my information in the chat. So you can find me online, www.thetruestoriesmerchant.com. I'm also on LinkedIn.
Where are you located, Lisa?
I am in the Los Angeles area, thankfully not in the affected areas recently. And as far as funny movies, this is kind of dated, but it's also the 90s. I like Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen, part 1 and 2.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And we're glad to have you with us and hope you keep coming back.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeremy, you're next to the last. I hope this is good.
I hope so too. My name is Jeremy Wagner, outside of Chicago in a town called Carroll Stream. And it's my job to make people famous through social media marketing. Just a tiny bit of my story is that I was 25. I quit my job to make my 19-year-old brother famous, and it worked. And it worked to the point where Mr. Beast himself invested in my brother and took him to the next level. And so our expertise is taking what we did for my brother, taking him to the highest station he possibly could in the realm of social media, and helping our clients do the same. And my favorite movie after my somewhat epic pitch is Dumb and Dumber. So that gives you an idea of my personality. Very intense and very ridiculous.
Excellent. So what I have learned so far, and we have one last guy to go, is that you guys like to laugh, and I love that about every single one of you. Make sure you make time every day to laugh a little bit. It's always very good for you. So Jam is our youngest guy on here. He's always our youngest guy on here, and he is our AI guy, so we always tend to learn a lot from him. So Jam, the next 5 minutes are yours.
Fantastic. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm the youngest guy here. I'm 22, going on 44, which is half of 88. So, I'm getting up there in age, 1 foot in the grave, as they say. Although, let's get to some news. For those who are new here, I do like to cover a lot of AI news to keep you guys informed, and also to help you guys spot AI, because a lot of people say they use AI, but then when you look at the AI, it's like, that's not AI. But so some big news here. So for those who know what DeepSeek is, there was a bill recently proposed to basically fine companies upwards of $1 million for using DeepSeek. So obviously this is a bill that has been introduced. This has not have been passed, so you don't have anything to worry about as of now. Although, let's say in the future, if there is any other restrictive AI regulations put in place, this could affect your business, obviously, if you use DeepSeek. So obviously, you just come talk to Jam if you need another alternative AI besides DeepSeek that you'd like to use. But again, it's extremely important that I mention this because you can also face up to 20 years of imprisonment. Yeah, after reading that long thing that Senator Josh Haley put, yeah, I know, actually, I can read unlike most of my generation. After going through that, it was, let's say, very interesting to say the least, going through a whole bunch of BS. But, I mean, what do you expect from an interesting government that we have? And that's coming from a 22-year-old. Some other things that happen in AI. So for those who are all using Alexa, supposedly they may be launching an AI Alexa. So it'll be a little bit more conversational, meaning that by February 14th, they have a meeting that they're going to have where now Alexa is going to be powered by their Nova. For those who don't know what Nova is, it is their AI model that they've been working on, kind of like in silent, basically, and it's going to be able to actually handle a little bit more task and a little bit more. Oh, that's true. That's right. You can't listen to PHred on Alexa, by the way, on using the Get Me radio skill. So that's good to know, Fred. But I know obviously you guys want to see some cool AI stuff, so I'm going to show you guys some videos here, and we'll go from there. Let me pull this up here for you guys. Sorry, I have a messy dashboard right now, and also have 3 screens. So if you guys see me moving around, like, it's because that. First one I want to show you guys. This one I thought was kind of humorous. This is Jesus coming out of a tree. Now, obviously, you can easily spot that this is AI, right? I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's him and I guess Buddha apparently. So I thought that was pretty interesting to show. Now, what I do want to show is this one in particular, because what they've done is there's a new model that has come out by ByteDance called OmniHuman, and it can actually accept video input. And many of you guys have already know that I've shown you videos where it's almost impossible to tell the difference. But with this video, what they've done is it's enhanced the quality of the video. And you can usually tell that there is some AI like adjustments and tweaks to it. If you look specifically at the back of his head here, you notice that it's almost like stiff and very not like human-like. And so that is something to obviously like pay attention to, and as well as the mouth here. Obviously, this guy does not look that old, by the way. I love his shows. He's really funny. Watched him since I was a kid. Crazy, I know, right? But if you notice around his mouth and his neck, it feels very almost like overly animated. And that's something I want you guys to always pay attention to when you're looking at a lot of this AI. Here's another video here. And this one was very interesting because the audio is extremely like accurate. I mean, absolutely accurate. But again, you can easily tell it is AI by the movements because it isn't fluid. It's very like static with the way it moves. So that's something I want you guys to just pay attention to, because obviously this year, with it being still at the beginning of the year, AI is on a crazy trajectory, an almost insane trajectory. So hope you guys all enjoyed that. For all the new people, you guys better come back next week, because if you don't, I'm going to cry. I'm just joking. I'll have my AI cry, and then I'll like have that on camera. But
you want to tell them about your classes?
I do. I was just about to get there. For those who don't know, I do also have an AI course that is rapidly improving. Gonna let the music play. I do have an AI course that is rapidly improving. I'm putting a lot of things in there, such as like ways to actually automate using AI. Like I actually have a plan to actually, for most people that don't know this, Congress actually has a website called congress.gov, which they post every single bill there. And I'm going to show how to basically automate using their API to take and constantly just give me updates on every single thing the government's doing I know. Wouldn't that be cool if they did that, by the way? But unfortunately, like me as a citizen, I have to do that. But I'm going to put all that information down in the chat. And for those who would like to reach me, my phone number is 972-878-8577. Again, that's 972-878-8577. And if you guys need hosting or digital automation, reach out to JamJam. No more GoDaddy, no more Bluehost, and no more HostGator. Boom.
You want to let them know where you're located?
I'm located in Texas, but I work with customers internationally. Except if you're on the sanction list, I can't do that because Uncle Sam will fine me, and I don't want to fine. So,
Excellent.
My favorite movie, or the most funniest movie I like, is Rush Hour. I watched all the Rush Hours as a kid. Love those movies. Absolutely love them.
Excellent. I'm going to go to TV real quick, who's going to give you guys the information on how to reach out to her. And then I want to go to Anita if Anita is still there.
Okay, so I'm TV Stone, and my website is M as in Mary, I, Z as in zebra, B as in boy, I, Z as in zebra, N as in Nancy, I, Z as in zebra, MsBusiness.com. And if you are interested at all in any type of business coaching, startup coaching, goal coaching, and so forth, give me a message on MsBusiness.com/contact. And that's something I dropped in the group there for any of you who would like a blueprint. But also, I would like that to be blasted out to you listeners. That's MsBusiness.com/contact. Thank you. Oh, and my phone number 331-321-3377. That's 331-321-321-3377.
Beautiful. And Anita, are you there? I'd like to let Anita have a minute so that Anita can explain to you who she is. Anita?
She just said be right back.
Be right back. Where'd she go? Well, she's going to have to do it after the break because I'm going to put everybody into a room. So, guys, if you watch, Fred, you got your hand up?
Just for a reminder, you can call in at 1-724-9-KPHred. That's 1-724-9-KFred. That's all.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. Anita, are you back? Not back. Okay, guys, I'm going to put you all in a private room one-on-one with someone. If someone's in a room with Anita, I want you to hang on for a second. If I don't see her show up in the next 30 seconds, I will put someone else in that room with you. So the rooms are all open now, and you are all free to go.
Yeah, wait to just like bombard a new person. Oh, perfect.
And as people go into the room, Lynn, how's things been going? You've been, out a bit. We've missed you.
Amongst the missing. Can you believe it?
That's hard to believe because you are just a force of nature.
Wait a second. How come my 3 people have not gone into a room yet? So, Valen, you have a room to go into, and Lisa, there's someone waiting to meet with you. Did it ask you, Lisa, about going into a room? There she goes. There she goes. And so Anita has not come back. Let me just move Anita real quick. Anita's person. I'm going to move her to room 5. Okay. Good deal. Okay, yes, I've been amongst the missing. That's because I'm kind of broken. I need to get fixed. I'm having some problems with my back, and it means that I can't stand up very long, and I can't walk very long, so I got to get it fixed. So it's like I need a tune-up. I need to find one of those oil change places that I can go in and get an oil change. They can fix my back and send me back out again, wind me up.
Give you a cybernetic implant so you could become like...
That's right.
Either the Terminator of networking. Ooh, I kind of like that.
I need to get done, and I can't do it when I can't get around, so yay.
Lynn Lionhood, the networking Terminator, coming to a radio station near you, or on PHred, whatever.
So what is Fred up to these days? You have anything new, Fred, we need to know about?
Well, today is the first time that I have been able to utilize the dial-in system without help. So that's a big win. And from now on, we'll have it with Lunch with Lynn and PHred Prime Live. And the Neurodivergent News is going to start doing a short live episode end of this month, beginning of next month, I think it is. So we're moving along there. We've got, we're working on getting, Deanna has been the primary trainer of PHred University so far. And PHred University is something we launched for the show host because we've got some phenomenally deep knowledge base in the show host. A couple of PhDs, at least 2, maybe 3. Whole bunch of other folks that they volunteered. Okay, some of them got trapped into it, but that's one of the issues of dealing with me is I'll trap you into something. And Deanna's the first one that started doing PHred trainings. We've got Professor Jim Trelevin going to be doing an episode or some trainings on growing your business. And given that Jim has run $500 million publicly traded companies, he knows quite a bit about it. Dr. Howard Larson, the trade show fanatic, is going to be doing classes on promoting your show. And Jim Boswell, host of Vision in Action, and my first small business mentor that I ever had, he's going to be doing a class on the ABC method of business plan development. And you missed the advisory council meeting on Tuesday, but he blew everyone's head off when he debuted the marketing segment of it, which was a 17-page PowerPoint presentation. And everyone was going, whoa, there's deep thought in this. And it's like, well, the man got detailed to rummage around in my brain, and which is a very dark and scary place. I know, I hang out there. So he got detailed to go out and pull stuff out of it and put us together a business plan so we can grow this even more. And as Deanna said, we are a shared global community. And that keeps growing and growing and growing. And it blows me away because it's not something I did. Everybody, all the show hosts turned it into a community.
Excellent. Well, the people are all coming back now. We should have all of them in here in just a couple of seconds, probably about 20 seconds. We'll have everybody back. And boy, some of these women drove me nuts. They didn't go into a room. I don't know where they went. And then I moved them to other rooms. And then the ones who didn't go to a room came back and then wanted to know why there was nobody in there. Crazy stuff.
What can I say?
I know it.
I'm still waiting for people to define what a woman is, but that's beside the point.
How dare you remove me?
Did you get somebody good to talk to?
I did. I got 2 amazing people to talk to, and then you pulled me from them. You know?
I was moving people around because I had some people who weren't in rooms and some that were. So Balin, Balin, are you still with us? Poor Balin, she missed her person because her person didn't show up, so I moved everybody around. But we're going to try it again, and hopefully everybody will go into the room they're supposed to go in, and then I won't have to move people around. So the rooms have all been created again.
Put Balin in my room then.
Aw, don't do that to Balin. That's mean.
So all the rooms are open, guys. Oh, except the room
I have to run, Lynn. I have to run. I gotta jump. But thank you so much for everything.
That's
Kenny
all
Perry
right. You
speaking.
take care.
Yeah, no problem. Will you send over the list of the people that attended?
Yeah, everybody will get the list. I promise you.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Take care. When's the next event?
The next event's next Thursday, same time. It happens every Thursday,
same PHred time, same PHred channel. I always wanted to do that. Ooh, that's even better than same bat time, same bat channel. Same PHred time, same PHred channel.
Balin. Balin needs to be in her room. Where is Balin? Move to room 5. Okay, now I've got somebody in there until I figure out where Balin's going. Okay.
So as a note to our listeners, if you loved what you heard, we will have this released as a podcast, I'm assuming by tomorrow, and you'll be able to listen to it on, the PHred station, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, oh my God, my brain's going, iHeartRadio and Pandora. Pandora's kind of my favorite. So by tomorrow, you should be able to listen to this episode or share it with friends by just pulling it from one of the big 4 podcast directories. It may be up on Spotify, but we've been working with them to make it all work right. Now, interesting thing, there is a discussion with James White and Barbara Wainwright about a special episode. It's looking like March on DEI, which will be a panel discussion, and people will be able to call in with questions and things like comments and things like that. I'm not going to give away the proposed title, but there will be a in-depth discussion on that topic.
Interesting.
We are.
So how is your daughter coming with possibly getting a show?
Well, yeah, I'm still. The one thing I've learned with my daughter over many, many years is that I let her tell me when she's ready.
And she hasn't done that yet?
No, there's the whole, there being a teacher, being the math boss, having two kids and a husband that owns 3 franchises. That all makes things kind of really hectic. And just the 2 grandkids, running around. When she's ready, we'll get there. So that's when I my daughter is a fantastic.
Do you have any pull?
I got lots of pull, but being a smart dad is knowing when to exercise that pull.
And how old are the kids?
Addison is 7. She'll be 8 in October. And Max is 5. He's in kindergarten.
That's still ages where they need a lot from mom.
Oh, so it is.
A little hard for her to make a decision right now with them needing stuff from her.
And it's kind of wild because I've noticed a real, I'm going to say, growth spurt in my granddaughter since she's gone to first grade. You can tell it's far different. It's much different from kindergarten, whereas first grade, it's like you can see the socialization and the new looks that she'll give you, and it just. I don't know. They're why I exist. They are why I get up each day and fight the powers of oppression and all that stuff. Because I got to leave a better world for them. Ooh, boy, I'm sounding authentic now.
They're a joy. They're an absolute joy. They really are.
How many grandkids you got?
15.
Damn, woman, you have your own tribe.
And we're going to hopefully start on great-grandchildren because I have 3 grandchildren that are married, so somebody should be able to start producing.
I posted in the chat when Jamari said he was something or other. It's like, I said, nah, he's still a kid. And the reason I do that is last March, I was interviewing a lady named Grace Malloy for a client. And Grace was 100 at the time. And as we're walking back to where we were going to do the interview, I was chit-chatting with her. And I distinctly heard her call me in my head, kid. And I thought about it, and 3 days later was my daughter's 38th birthday. And Grace was 38 years older than me, and I thought, criminy, I am a kid. And that's the first time in a long, long time I've thought of myself as a kid. So now my goal in life is to hit 100 and call some other 62-year-old kid.
Manuel, did you get somebody good to talk to?
Yes, actually, you talked to Deanna. That's how you pronounce it, no? Deanna?
Excellent.
By the way, your Jamari is room skipping.
I know. I can see he's just bouncing all over the place.
Every single time. Like Tanya was in the middle of a speech and like she was explaining, I was telling her, what if I don't want a human employee, you know? What if I want an AI employee?
Guess what? Now you have a reason to give him a call. I see you surfing around from room to room to room.
I did jump around from room to room. I was gonna go mess with the English folks over there, Simon and Keith.
Did everybody get somebody good to talk to?
Yeah.
You see, guys, I think that people who get off early don't realize this is a great opportunity at this point. You all kind of know a little bit about each other. It's a good way to start a conversation and go in there and have a few minutes to talk to them. And then this is the last segment before we end up going off air. And we just open it up for an open discussion. Usually we start the discussion with whatever our question of the day was. But you guys did a great job on the movies. So any other movies anybody wants to share with us that they enjoyed?
I got one.
Tenet's great movie.
Oh, you didn't give us one.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
That was my second pick.
Right. Yeah.
He's the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
I went to a comedy show last weekend where they're talking about that. In England, what you can and can't say with various groups. And he said, you know, everybody knows about, you know, Monty Python, Life of Brian, you know, I'm the Messiah. Said, no comedian will talk about sort of to do with Prophet Muhammad. And it just stopped the conversation. I don't know what the situation is in the States, but in England, if you mention Muhammad, I'm a Muslim myself, so I'm kind of, you know, I can come from that angle, and I explain to people that Muslims will laugh at, you know, Father Ted about a Catholic priest, drunken Catholic priest, but you dare say anything, somebody who's not Muslim dare say anything against Islam, it's now against the law in the UK. You can be imprisoned for it. So comedians are steering clear. Because one comedian who's, I think he's Arab, Christian Arab, he went, you know, English Irishman, Scotsman, old style 70s joke, said, anybody hear about Muhammad? And you could hear the audience suddenly go, whoa, you can't talk about that. And he went, I don't want to go to a prison. So, yeah. But, yes, interesting.
Down with the king, up with the rebels. Sorry.
Yeah,
I flashed back 300 years.
You know, down with the kings, Muhammad, you know, burning English flags, but sentenced against whatever.
Faulty Towers, don't mention the war.
Yeah. But that's actually the brand. That was on, I think it was on the BBC, which is like the national TV channel in the UK, government owned. You've got to have a license. Well, everybody's got to have a TV license, whether you watch it or not. It's been banned from that because of, what's the term? Not homophobic, and nationalistic or whatever. It's been banned. It's on other TV channels, but it's not on the BBC anymore, where it was originally on. Yeah.
And yet the BBC.
Yeah, I did, and not to transit away from the comedy and so forth, but I had something a little more serious come across my desk that I've started to put out to educate people. It'll be one of my promotional pieces coming up in the groups. But we have a lot of coaches on this call and a lot of people that are doing things e-commerce wise. And I just want to alert that Stripe has come out and announced that they don't like the coaching model. They find it to be risky, and there's a good chance, not if, but when, they will hold your money and not fund your transactions because they are trying to move away from the coaching model. They think that it's a charlatan's dream, where you're just promising these programs to people and taking their money, and they think it's fraught with fraud, and they are trying to pull back from it. They were the easiest processor to set up as a coach. You know, you go from Venmo to taking Stripe and you think everything's great, but you need to move away. You need to find a good quality solution. I have some that work with CRMs. Well, I work with authorized.net. I do my own e-commerce, but you don't want to wait until Stripe holds your money before you realize that there's a problem.
Those of you that are coaches had better pay attention to that, because you don't want to get caught in that. If you can't accept money, or if money is being paid and it's not being put in your pocket, that's as good as shutting you down. And then you're going to have to look at it. Better you're prepared. TV, I see you have something.
Yeah,
the thing about the thing about that is it's not just Stripe. So when you have these programs that you're affiliated with, maybe a CRM program, and so these, you can do everything within this package type program. Well, many of those POS systems are connected to Stripe. So when you go through your program, you look at the fine print, or even when you're processing it to put basically say I'm registering for this program to be my POS system, you'll see it actually goes through Stripe's processing. That means Stripe owns the processing. They're just using Stripe. So it's all the same rules. So you can have whatever you want over there, but it'll still be under Stripe's authority and rules, which means get ready. I've already had some funding held up, and it should not have been. And I don't use Stripe. So
guys, pay attention. As we said, this is good for you guys to understand if you're coaches. But you know what? You want to be a hero? Think about those people around you that you know that are coaches, and try to make sure they understand that. Jeff, do you have alternative solutions for anybody? No. So maybe you guys need to make sure you have Jeff's contact information, and do a three-way call with Jeff. So let's say Keith is a coach, and TY knows Keith. Get on a three-way call with Jeff. Let Jeff explain to Keith what's going to happen, because it's going to happen. It's already... TV says it's happening to her already. So you want to make sure that you help those friends of yours so you don't find them in the very same boat, guys. If you care about them and you've heard this information, share it with them. I think, Deanna, we have to make sure that we share that information with everyone in the coaches' corner.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember when PayPal started doing that, a buddy of mine who owns like a game hosting company, he had $100,000 freeze because of like their ambiguous rules. So luckily they got unfroze, but just always have alternatives, guys. It's like really important.
Jeff, thank you for that information. That's not anything that I was aware of yet. And that is vitally important for those people that are coaches, because that's virtually stopping you from doing business. Excellent. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Come on, we got 7 full minutes we can fill up here yet.
Oh my gosh, I could yap for hours. Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Give me my moment.
As I understand it, part of the problem with Stripe is the limited number of products that coaches put in their inventory and directories. And so it looks like you're only selling 1 or 2 things versus a full-fledged business.
Yeah, that is that is something like I've noticed with Stripe. If you don't have many like services, like I have many services, right, besides like the ones that you guys are allowed to see here, right? And they will do that where if you don't have that many, and they also have like a slight issue with kind of like disputes as well as running into errors basically. And they usually will try to like upsell you guys into the I think they call it like radar, Stripe radar. I don't know if anybody's seen that, but they usually will like try doing that, because if you have those one-off services, it looks very scamish because, and I know this because I'm in the cybersecurity space, and no, I don't do this, but in a lot of these dark web forums, I'll put it, they will like to go out, they like to go after a lot of those Stripe accounts that are like that, basically. And that's like something really big. I'll let Simon say something that I do have
Simon,
something.
you put your hand up.
Yeah, it's not some of the sort of Stripe, it's just something else quickly. I've found it myself. I've been targeted because I do lots of work with Israeli football teams, and there's groups out there. Anybody who does business with anything to do with Israel, not just the government, and sports, computer, tech, they're being targeted. Cyber attacks. So make sure you've got real time. If anybody does any work with Israel, or know of anybody who does any kind of work, make sure your cyber security is really, really tight. Make sure you've got correct insurances as well.
Yeah, I was going to say,
because you will be targeted, and all your customers will be told you work with an Israeli whatever.
To piggyback off of that, well, two things actually. So, breach forms. Well, we talked about breach forms, but cracked.io and another like cybersecurity, well, not really cybersecurity, but a cyber criminal dark forum was actually taken down by the FBI. Now that's a big like whoop whoop for everybody in here, right? It sucks for me because that's where I used to go to like figure out what like criminals are doing. But to piggyback off what Simon said, oh, by the way, I'm not a cyber criminal. I'd like you to probably clarify that for the room or whatever.
Yeah,
You probably
but, unless you had a lawyer with a defense attorney, you won't be saying that.
Yeah, I probably should get legal show now. But the reason I do mention that is because what Simon is saying is very true, and a lot of people are actually using AI now to actually like do a lot of this cyber fraud. So be really careful, guys. I can prove that I'm not AI generated. See my hands? Look at that. See, I could do this and that. Aha, gotcha.
Yeah, but you've got 7 fingers.
I see 6 fingers.
And how many legs? How many legs do you actually have? I'll never forget that picture where they had lots of extra legs.
I have 2. Or yeah, that's true. I literally can't tell. But be careful though, guys, because there is a lot of emails going around where they're basically faking certain services, right? That you may have, that your business may use, whether it's QuickBooks, Wave, Stripe, PayPal. They're making these really like realistic looking emails, and they're basically saying, oh, hey, like there's a issue processing your payment, and I want you guys to be really, really careful of it. Let me see if I still have it here.
Yeah,
maybe
if you're unsure while you're doing that, contact your bank or actually contact Amazon that you contact them directly on their helpline rather than click on any links.
Yeah, here it is. So let me pull this up for you guys so you guys can see.
You have your hand up, Keith?
Yeah, sometimes you get an email saying, oh, well, we've renewed your Norton, blah, blah, blah. You don't necessarily have Norton, but contact this number if there's any mistakes in it. And they're expecting it's a phishing email, but just watch out for all those as well.
Yeah, here's the email that I got. It automatically went to like my spam or whatever. But I do obviously use QuickBooks, but that isn't like front end stuff that you guys could even see. It's just all stuff that I've like automated, but this is something that I got here. And if you guys notice, because like I work for this company in my day job, but if you guys notice, you can't actually click the privacy or the security or even the trademark links, because these are actually links that Intuit actually puts in there. And so that is something to like always be like cautious of. But if you notice, if I go here, do you guys notice that link there? It's like, it's almost like just full on gibberish, basically. Now, obviously, don't click on certain stuff like this, but that is something you guys can do before you even, like, if you get a notification that looks like this, hover over this and then see what the link comes out to, because usually the link won't actually come out to what's actually being said there.
Yeah, so I've been caught out by that. So similar to that, if I got that message, I now know I would log onto my own QuickBooks account, message them directly rather than click on that link.
Yeah, and then also always double check those emails.
Because some might be misspelled, and
there's been a lot of emails actually being like taken over. By the way, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but people are losing like access to their emails because
my personal one's been lost, so I have to set up a new one. So, but the one I put in the chat, that's me correct one. for now. I've had an old email for about 15 years. I've lost everything on it. So
you guys watch for the ones with the misspellings and the grammar isn't right. My son got one this morning and he sent it out to us because it was so hilarious. It says, "Hello, I am the IRS. You need to pay me $1,500 in Walmart gift cards, or you will be placed under the rest instead of under arrest. It's under the rest."
You know what's funny about that, Lynn? I just realized I could actually have an AI, like, because there's a voice AI that I could use to basically sit and just call these spam numbers all day, and just have the AI just like.
Oh yeah, that is.
Oh
great.
my gosh,
that would be.
I had a spam call the other day, and I just hang up.
Well, folks, that's been today's episode of Lunch with Lynn. Our topic point was, what's your favorite movie? If you'd like to join in be part of the event, then hit Zoom with Lynn, LYNN.com, and sign up. We'd love to have you in the next Avoiding the Networking Disasters episode of Lunch with Lynn. You'll be able to hear this as a podcast by end of Friday. We wish you a great week, success in networking, and a profitable business. We'll see you again next week here on PHred Radio.